Hey y'all, it's your girl Jackie with a Q. Listen up. We got to talk about brother Shannon Sharpe, right? You know, I've been a little under the weather, right? So I just been sitting back, watching, looking, listening, right? So Shannon Sharpe, which I knew this was gonna happen. Once one say something, they all gonna say something. So now your whole book gonna get read. Your whole book gonna get read, Shannon Sharpe. So. And I'm gonna keep saying it because I don't understand for the life of me. We knew this in high school. Black folks that we in the same, me and Shannon Sharpe in the same age group. We knew this in high school, junior high. Leave them alone. Especially if you're an athlete. Leave them alone. And they just keep on. Leave them alone. You're a target. Got a target on your back, on your forehead, everywhere. You're a target, right? Anyway, so now that the one young girl, Gabby, has said that he did those things to her, it's just not for me to decide if he did or if he didn't. Because I ain't even talking about his innocence or guilt. I'm talking about why did you messing with him? That's my problem. Why did you even mess with him, right? Well, anyway, now the ex-girlfriend, her name is Michelle. Michelle say, back in whenever, he did something to her too. He did it a couple times. And you know what always amazed me? They remember the dates and everything, the time and everything, right? And maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But were you scared, Michelle, that you just said, well, I'm going to wait for somebody else to say something, then I'm going to say something? If you were scared, I understand that, right? Now, I'm believing it's another one going to come in a minute, right? Now, if she ain't already in real life, they're going to make up one. You're going to have three of them, and they ain't going to just go with the two. You're going to have three of them, right? I wonder right now, do Shannon, in his good right mind, if he has one, say, wow, they told me not to mess with them. They told me not to mess with them. Listen, y'all can think what y'all want to think about me, say what you want to say about me, right? My son, my youngest son, was an athlete. And I told him way back in junior high, all the way till he got to college, we ain't doing now. We not doing now. And I never forget, he was still in junior high. Was he in junior high? He might have been in the ninth grade in high school. I think that's high school there. And it was one who was on him. He was on him, her and her mama. You know, because he was good at that age. He was good. Child, they had my son around at their house, and he spent the night. I didn't know he spent the night because his sister lived around the corner. She's grown. I thought he was at his sister's house, right? No. When I found out he was over there with them, I called that mother, and I had a conversation with the mother because the little girl would always come when I would leave. I seen her hiding and sneaking behind cars. So you sneaky, and you hoey, right? So, I found out, I forget, because I called my daughter and said, where he at? And she was like, he went over here. I'd had a conversation with the mother and said, listen, you got a girl, I got a boy. Boy ain't never had a baby. And we ain't getting ready to do that, because I could tell how the way she was always sneaking around my house. She was sneaking around. Wasn't like she was coming, sitting on the porch, playing with the other, she was sneaking. She's sneaky. You had whole intentions, right? So, had that conversation with my son, I had that all throughout college. But anyway, I had started having them at this point. And when I found out that her and her mother had harbored my child in their house, after we've had a mother-to-mother conversation about we don't want no babies, we're going to take care of our kids, we're going to do the best we can with them. They like each other, she like whatever's going on, we're going to be mothers in this situation. I had that conversation with this woman. When I found out he had spent the night over there, I want to say he spent 2. And she also had a grandmother, so it was 3 of them. The daughter, the mother, and the granddaughter. Somebody in there should have knew better. And somebody in there should have knew that a black mother, was coming around there and kicked the door in, right? Well, when I found it out, I tried to have a civil conversation, but I was pissed because we had already had that civil. We time out for the civil now. Because you ain't getting ready to trap him, my boy, up, right? And we ain't getting ready to have them little baby. Ain't nothing getting ready to happen over here, right? And I called them and told them, if he ever comes back over there again, it's going to be on you. And I'm coming and kicking the door, and everybody going to get a whooping. Everybody in there going to get a whooping. You, your mama, and your daughter. That's what I told them, right? So I am one of the mothers who's always taught our boys, leave them alone. Leave them alone. I grew up in a racial climate. Leave them alone, right? That's just how I feel. Y'all can think how y'all think. Do say what you want to say, right? But anyway, Shannon, I know he knew better. I know because he come from the era of knowing better. He was old enough to know better. and that's what you like, okay, that's what you like. But you got to understand the consequences and the circumstances that's going to come with that when things go awry, right? And I always have in my mind, like, why don't they like black women? Why is that your choice? Because they're not attractive, the ones he got, for me, I only like black men, so I don't see white men attractive. I see them, they might be, oh, he kind of cute, or maybe, but it's not like, ooh, I want him. Never, ever in my life. We just two different people. We different cultures. You're not attractive. I don't like the way your skin look. I don't like the way your skin feel. Just don't like it. To each his own. But as an athlete, as a somebody with some change, with a substantial amount of money, you should have did a little better. And you should have, if she didn't sign that NDA and you asked her and she didn't, then you should have skipped past her and found you one that would. That's what you should have did, Shannon. So this is all on you. We don't care. You don't like black women, fine. That's on you. You don't like us, fine. But don't try to come back like you always do. Listen, I saw a video. Like I said, I was a little under the weather. He was somewhere at the cookout. They always want to come back. He was at the cookout dancing, looking like a Herman the Monster. He didn't have his body was all out of control. Woo! You should have been at some cookouts. You should have been playing spades. You should have been playing dominoes, horseshoes. You should have been around us because you clearly looked awkward. As big as you is, he looked awkward as SHIT. Now you at the cookout and you got your videographer showing that you at the cookout. Why do they always do that? Why do they always do that? You didn't want us. When you get in trouble, now you line dance with a whole bunch of us, whole bunch of black women. You line dancing with us. Child bye. He deserves whatever he gets, period. He deserves whatever he gets. That's it. That's all I got to say. Drop down in the comments and, like, share, comment, subscribe. Tell me what y'all think, okay? Because he deserves whatever he gonna get. Bye-bye.